Hello, and welcome back to another video on Marvel Snap. And today we're going to be looking at a pull to discard deck. So, if you've already seen my video on the pull 1 discard deck, you'll notice a lot of the same culprits in the first one. So, like Apocalypse here being your main source of power and late game potential, and cards like Swordmaster, Lady Sif, and Blade. Now, where this deck kind of comes in compared to the first one is the abundance of new cards we're using. So, especially with the discard synergies like Morbius, where whenever you discard a card, no matter where this is in the game, in the deck, hand, or on board, it gets +2 power. And that's a pretty good play if you don't end up managing to discard this card as well. And of course, Swarm. So, Swarm is pretty much your other cards you want to hit with discards. So, what Swarm does, if you can manage to hit Swarm for discard, you will then add a copy of him to your hand, add 2 copies, so you get the original one back, plus this one, a new one, and they both cost 0. So you end up doubling the amount of swarms you kind of have. But if you can hit it again, then you'll have 3 swarms in hand, and so on and so forth. So you keep adding an extra swarm to hand every single time you discard it, and they will always cost 0 after that. So other cards are in this that weren't in the pool 1 are Iceman as another pool 2 card, just very good in most decks, is very versatile and can be used in a lot of things. Bishop is also being used. Bishop's another powerful pool 2 card. And in a deck like this where you can start to swarm, especially with the abundance of 1-drops and cheap things that you eventually get, Bishop can get powerful very quickly. And another card to be added to this deck is American Chavez I didn't have previously. So American Chavez just helps with being more consistent with draws. And also, if we don't manage to draw Apocalypse before, turn 5, we don't hit Apocalypse with any discards, American Chavez is technically a better play with the 1 extra power. So at least it gives us an extra thing to do for turn 6 if we get unlucky and don't hit any discards on the Apocalypse. Now, with saying that, we've covered most of the deck before in other videos, so a little rundown. Ant-Man is just a decent 1-drop to get. Nightcrawler is just extremely versatile with the movement. And Angela is just another decent card to be running in, especially when we can be swarming stuff like with these 4 other 1-drops and a lot of these other cheaper cards. So, without further ado, let's get into the gameplay. Alright, I don't mind just dropping Nightcrawler here into the left. So in Stark Towers, everything getting a buff after turn 5, it can be quite powerful to be able to move Nightcrawler afterwards. That, on the other hand, is not so good to pick up. The Squirrel Park, Central Park, all the squirrels. But we'll just drop an Angela into middle, so we can start to buff that up. Luckily for the discard cards, they've actually got pretty high stats, so I don't actually mind the Scorpion hitting there. So, since we played Morbius, I don't mind playing... I don't know if I should wait on the Blade. I'm going to wait on the Blade to see if we can pick up a Swarm or an Apocalypse, because then we can just drop Lady Sif and start buffing up the Morbius. Alright, we have hit a Swarm here, so... what I'm going to do here is I'm going to chuck Blade and Swordmaster here. What means we are guaranteed to hit Swarm. Now, we might lose Lady Sif in the process, but at least we are guaranteed to hit Swarm at least once, and if we get lucky, we'll hit Swarm twice. So I'm dropping these in the middle just to buff up the Angela location. It's really unfortunate. Morbius is now a dead card now because of that. Can we hit Swarm once? Let's see if we can hit Swarm twice. We actually hit Swarm twice. That's really good. Okay, I'm going to drop 2 swarms in here, and... I'm going to drop another swarm into right lane. We can't really move Nightcrawler now, what is unfortunate. But now we should win left lane, and we are winning right lane. We're winning middle lane. Now we do have American Chavez. that we can just drop into the right lane. I feel pretty confident because he has to beat us in 2 lanes now. So I feel like, yeah. So even though we lose right lane, we still managed to win left and middle. That's a good way to start this video off. Okay, so we have actually managed to get the Apocalypse in hand at the start. So we're just going to drop Iceman turn 1. Iceman is really good for disrupting their plays. So I really wanted to play it last game, but I just thought I can't fill up that location. Alright, he got us off the rocket. So I'm going to play an Angel over here into right lane. And let's see what happens next. Alright, sorry about that, I'm back now. Just have to close the window off since it's raining. Anyway, so I honestly think here we can just drop Nightcrawler into Morbius on the right lane. We're probably going to lose left. He has got a lot of power there that we can't match at the moment. Now, the reason for me not just playing Lady Sif here, what's going to be this turn, is I just want to set up the Morbius just in case there was a better play. So now I don't mind dropping Lady Sif into right, hitting that Apocalypse, dropping out there, so now what we can do here is we can Bishop into Ant-Man. But what might be a better play is to Nightcrawler over here and then Ant-Man into the right lane. What's going to give right lane a lot more power, because we're not going to be playing for left. It also gives the Andrew another tick. And I feel like it's going to be hard for him to, you know, do a 12 power in the middle. He could just go for right lane here, but I feel like he's going to want to... Oh, he's pushing left. Okay. Onslaught. Yeah, it's never going to be enough. Alright, so that's pretty good. The way deck ran really well there. Very happy with how it all went. And yeah, that's another good win, showing that, you know, being able to hit that discard Apocalypse makes it very powerful, even with just the one. Yep, Morbius being on there, having this right lane with quite a lot of power. Yeah, that's what we want to see. It's really good. Okay, so... Now, normally when you see Holo decks, I would play Nightcrawler in something that adds more copies of Nightcrawler, the movement. But with this deck being able to swarm so easily and quickly, I don't want to do that. Honestly, don't mind seeing Lady Sif get hit there. I'm going to play Angela into the right lane. Nothing really right here that I want to actually add a copy of. Probably Lady Sif. Okay, so... We're going to Iceman, Ant-Man, and we're going to Blade here to hopefully hit Swarm. Now we hit Lady Sif. That's really unfortunate. But we do have another copy of Blade. I don't really mind. We'll play Bishop here into the right, into a Blade. If we hit Iron Man, it's so what. We don't really care about Iron Man too much. Hopefully we do hit Swarm here. We hit Swordmaster. That's very unfortunate to again hit that. Okay. Again, we're going to chuck another blade there. We're actually going to leave Swarm here in the hand. Because if we can actually hit Swarm this turn, it's going to make a pretty good play with American Chavez. So 9 power anywhere with American Chavez, plus 6 power split in the other lanes. So we have hit Apocalypse. So that does change things. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to move Nightcrawler there and play Apocalypse here. It's not looking great, especially that Wong play there, but I think that's the best way to do it. Because what, the 2 power over here, that's going to push this to 11 if he... Well, he's an Ironheart, and the Ironheart doesn't hit anything here. Very unlikely. And the Apocalypse here, what? So that loses 2. So it'll be what? 2, 3 plus 11 is 14. I think 14 should be enough to push us over. Hopefully. But looks like, yeah, no way. Very wrong. Yeah, we'll never win in this. I was hoping to have the Odin in hand. But oh well. Not too bad at all. Like, yeah, it's... Especially for only pull 2 cards, you know, with a massive combo like that. Not too upset we lost that one. Alright, so with this pull 2 version of a discard deck, it works pretty well. So, you know, you can see us there easily taking on decks that are in pool 3+. So that's something really good, especially if you're just starting out with the game and want to, you know, try out some new decks, especially some cards in pool 2. And this deck is honestly one of the decks you should really try. Now, again, with discard, it does involve a lot of RNG, hoping you discard the right things and don't discard the wrong things. So as you can see, like, a couple times I hit the wrong thing, especially in that last game, you know, hitting Lady Sif and hitting Swordmaster with Blade. That's not great. But this deck still gets you cubes pretty easily. It can get you quite a lot of wins. And in general, this deck is really good, especially for newer players who have just managed to get into Pool 2 or have finished their Pool 2 collection and are starting in Pool 3 but don't have the cards to really make anything just yet. Anyway, with all that ado, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please feel free to like and subscribe if you want to see more of my content. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see you next time.